Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. I am Mrs. Maibise and I want to thank you so much for watching my videos, liking, subscribing and commenting, and those who have not yet subscribed, kindly do so. And thank you. Here at Worldwide Economic Migrants, we move for a better future, and our motto is Chitra Chiri Murutsoka. So we are not afraid of crossing borders, crossing oceans. We are not afraid of that. So today I want to continue with my story of looking for land in Harare, Zimbabwe. Previously I said I could not get land and my husband was disappointed, but I was not bothered with his attitude. Because what matters to me is I had done due diligence, and that was okay, that was good. So I want to continue from that. But before I continue, let me say, I said this area of wanting to have immovable property, yeah, it's not any easy area, it's a complex one. So I want to continue. What happened is we had friends that were staying in our neighborhood. They visited us one day, and as we were just talking, one of those friends said, you were in Zimbabwe, did you manage to get land? And I told her that we failed. And then she said, that process of looking for land is tiresome. So she said, but I know of someone who is selling one, and that one is a clean land. I know it, so I can refer you to that person. I said, oh, thank you so much. So she gave us the details of that person. So we had a relative who was in Harare. We sent that relative of ours to go and meet the person, and then they went to the place where the stand was, and the relative saw it, and it was fine, it was good. So we planned that she was the one who was to do the process on our behalf. So we had to give a power of attorney, and I want to comment on that. When they went to the developer of that area, because that stand was within the developer, it was not yet with the council. So they went to the developer, the seller, and this relative who was representing us. She gave her the money, and then they did the process of transferring it into our names. So for that process of transferring it into our names, you pay session fee. Session is like this individual who was the owner of the land was now ceding the rights, like giving us the rights to be the owners of that land. So for that process to okay, you pay session fee, because that land was with the developer. Even if it was with the council, you also pay session fee for names to be changed. So personally, when I am buying properties, immovable property, if it's from an individual, I prefer to raise the full amount. Then when you are doing the process, you do it there and there and finish everything there. I give you your money now. We are at the council's office, or we are at the developer's office. The names are changed into our names. That's the best process. This one of paying little by little, it has its disadvantages in the event that the person may become trustworthy. I am not saying there are no people who are trustworthy, but I'm saying sometimes you may find someone you trust, maybe it's a relative, you start giving that person little by little, and when you finish, that person no longer wants to change the names. I'm talking of this because it happens a lot. So the best is when you are doing it, make sure you have the session fee, you do everything. You will not struggle with wanting to have that person again. You know, I think I've talked. So another thing is, I am far away. I want to buy land. I want to use my relatives to do the process. Give that relative power of attorney. But don't let that relative register that property into his or her name. Let it be transferred into your name. Don't trust people. Don't trust your relatives, whether that person is your sibling, your mother, your what. Don't trust them. Even if you trust them, just do things the proper way. Why going the longer route of making the property to be registered in the name of that friend of yours, that relative, and then later you pay session fee to change now the name to be in your name? I'm saying this because I have seen many who did that, register the land into the name of that representative, and then by the time you want to change names, that person may refuse. You wonder. There are people who are wicked. Not everybody is wicked, but there are people who are wicked. I know of these cases. Let me tell you of this story, because we want to help one another. There was this man. He bought land in his home country, and he was in a foreign country. He used a friend to buy this land, and the friend registered that land in his name, and that land was in town. You know, in town, when we are talking of those lands which are in low density residential areas, yes. So this man who bought that land started building until he roofed the house, until he was now concentrating on the finishings. All these years as he was building, he did not bother changing the names, the name to be in his name. I don't know why. Let us not trust when it comes to these issues of immovable property. So he did not change names. And then, as he was concentrating now on the finishings, and because of exposure, you know, in different places, you know, they were putting, you know, those nice finishings, you know. And you know what happened? When he wanted now to do that transfer of making the land to be registered in his name, the friend refused. And you know what happened? After the friend refused, the friend passed on. The friend had registered in his mind that this is going to be property for my family. So if the land was registered in the name of this, who is this? This friend. When he has passed on, who is the owner of this land? It was the surviving spouse. According to the laws of that land, it was the surviving spouse. This man tried to talk to the surviving spouse. The surviving spouse refused. You know how it ended. It's painful. It's painful. This man worked so much for many years. That's how this house was taken by that surviving spouse of the friend. Don't trust people. This man could not, what can I say now? Akatambura kuti azvigashire. Because it's painful. Imagine the way we work, you know, sacrificing. And then when you are not aware, when you don't even imagine such things to happen, your friend refused with that land you bought. The friend died. The surviving spouse took the land, refused to give you. You know what? That man died. It did not take time. He passed on. It did not happen to only that man. There are many stories we hear of that. Your sibling can refuse to even change that name, to put that name into your name. So let us avoid future problems. Let us avoid future problems. You know what I do? I have seen myself that even on simple things, sometimes I'm cautious. I don't know. So let's say you give me just a new jug. You know that the jugs we use for boiling water. Me, when I'm trying to see how it operates, if I don't know about that jug, even when I'm trying to open it, I'm cautious. Why? Reason being that I don't want to damage it. Prevention is better than cure. Why do we want future problems when we can avoid them? Why buying land and put it in the name of another person when you can just put it in your name? Yes, I know there are some people who may do their debt deals at work. Maybe it's stolen money. Maybe that's why. Yeah, if it's that one, that is a different case. But if you know your money is clean and it's your property, why leaving it to be in someone's name? You can do it. I remember when they went to that developer, we had to sign. They sent us the documents and we signed the documents ourselves and we returned the documents. You know what I'm saying? And the property was registered in our names. I think I have spoken. Let us not make those mistakes, unless maybe if you are putting it in the name of someone, maybe because you have stolen the money. But also just know that if that person also in future refuse with that land, just know that yourself, oh, you stole the money. So if this one can also store that land, can steal, yes, yeah, can steal that land. Huh? So, yeah, tit for tat. Okay, let me not comment much about that. Let me go to another one. Another point is, when we got that land, we register it in both our names. Oh, that's another story. Long back in my country, in many countries, long back, you know, they used to register properties if you are a couple in the name of the husband. But now we are another generation. We are no longer doing that. We are no longer doing that. That one, it was those generations, not us. Us, if you are a couple, we register it in both our names. That's me. That's what I believe. That's me. I'm not saying those ones who want to register it maybe in your name, you do what suits you. But for us lawyers, we advocate that if we are a couple, we just register it in both our names. unless if there is a reason why you are not doing it. But myself, that's what I want. I'm just telling you. So gone are those days where it was said the property belongs to the husband. It belongs to us. It belongs to us. That's it. So that's another thing I want to say. And I also said you can buy your property. Maybe you've sent someone to represent you there, and you can sign when you are here those documents, and the property is transferred into your names. I think I've spoken. I saw some who were saying, how can we get clean land? That person was asking in terms of like in Zimbabwe. I don't want to talk about this because I don't want to tell you even some of the developers I know. I don't want. Even if you come to me, I will not tell you. I don't want. You have to look for it by yourself. But even if you go to ChatGPT, you just Google. Now I'm saying Googling now. You just type. Go to ChatGPT. You just type property developers in Harare, Zimbabwe. Property developers in, depending with the town you want. Is it Mashingo? Is it Bulawayo? Is it, the area you want to get land? You will see a list that will appear. Then you will see a list. I saw it is there. You now go to their offices. Don't just believe in seeing it on what you have Googled, whatever, researched. Go and see whether it's there. Get information about that developer. Get even information on when will that developer finish developing that land. I was talking also about the issue of cession. That when you are buying land from an individual, make sure you finish the process that same day, so that you will not struggle looking for that person again, in case this person may change his mind or this person is not trustworthy. I want to say also, if you want to buy land in installments, because sometimes we are not capable of raising the full amount at one moment, go for properties that are being sold by property developers, because they give you time. If it's you pay the deposit now, the balance you pay within a year or within 2 years or 5 years, or it depends. But you know that you have bought the land from the real developers of that land. So in that case, you are safe. You are safe in that case. I think I have spoken. You are safe in that case, because this is the real developer. And also after doing that thorough scrutiny I talked of, that this developer, if you ask even those who know, they know that this developer. And also even as you are buying, you should also check and see, do you want to build there and there, or do you want to build in future? How long will the developer take to make the place suitable for you to start building? So it depends with what you want. It depends with what you want. I'm just talking. I'm talking. So those are things you should consider. I know of someone who went to a certain town. I know. That person got information that the council was releasing stands, and that person went to Zimbabwe and she joined the queue for those stands. You know, like if the stands are being released tomorrow, right now, what time is it now? Is it here? It's 4 o'clock, I think, 4 p.m. By 3 p.m., you should be at the council's office. Maybe you may be number 1 on that queue, or you may be number 2. Being on that queue, I'm talking of Zimbabwean situation, being on that queue for the land which is to be sold tomorrow. Because you know, when you are getting land from the council, it will be cheaper. Unlike when you are getting it from developers. I'm talking. Let me end there. And also, I have also noted that we sometimes say, why is it that our friends we left in Zimbabwe, some of them now have, 2, 3, 4 houses. It's like they will be saying, we are struggling. But maybe sometimes they are doing maybe those jobs we know the salaries they are getting, and we are wondering, where are they getting money to buy land and build? We are wondering. One of the things I've realized is when you are like in your country, you get to hear of opportunities that arises early. Some of these people got land from the council. You just join a queue. When you hear that they are selling, you hear the news, you join the queue, you get it. You hear in that town they are selling, you go, you join, you get it. At a cheaper price. You wonder, why my friend now have 3, 4, though we don't compete, but you want to know how did they got that? Because they are there. They quickly get the information. Yourself, you are far in UK, in America. By the time you hear of it, they are finished. Okay, let me also talk of these ones from the property developers. I have seen at a place where I saw when I was in Zimbabwe. I saw these lands that were being sold. When they started selling, those stands, it was it $18 per square meter? Within 2 months, it has changed. It was now, 24, 30 per square meter. After those 3 months, after 3 months again, it was 40 per square meter. What am I trying to say? I can't give the correct how they changed the price, but I'm trying to say, if you hear that the developer is selling stands, like we are in May, yes, beginning of May. So those ones who are near, when they hear, they quickly go and buy. If they are buying it in installments, you pay deposit. You by the time you hear of it, you are in diaspora. You hear of it, you come, or you are now sending someone. Maybe it will be after, let's say, just 2 months. The price will no longer be the same. So I'm just telling you that's what happens. That's why some of our friends can, have many properties, because they are within the country. They hear opportunities and quickly grab the opportunities. That's why I say, even here in foreign countries where we are in, let's open our eyes. If you need immovable property, open your eyes, so that if you hear of any opportunity, you grab it quickly. Don't just live like you wonder why people vakaromba munosara muchiti vanhu vakaromba nokuti maziso ana kuvhurika. Let's not work without opening our eyes to look for zvinobatika. We go to work, we talk, we socialize with people, we research. Kungoshanda koga uine mari akufumisi. Kumuka ugoshanda chaizvo, hard work only. Usina nguva yokuita kutarisa zvakakukomberedza, kunzwawo kutaura navamwe. Hazvifumisi. Tinotambura tichingoti havane mari, haungatifananidza navo, avo vane mari. Takazambodza mumwe munhu kuti, do you want me to tell you my story? How we got this land? Apa ndo ndichitotaura ndisinganyatsi kutokuudzai zvese mani kana ndichitaura. I'm not telling you, giving you the full information. Asi kana ndazoda kuudza munhu ndoti iwe chigamu ichi kungoti those ones are getting it, they have money, iwe. Ndatokuudzai imwe secret yokuti vamwe vanhu they quickly get information, then they buy land yakachipa. If you ask that person, how much did you use to buy your land? If you ask me, how much did I use to buy that land? Handinokuudzai. I don't want to talk much. But above all, I said, put God. And I mean, mchingoti avane mari. Avo vakabuda diaspora. Basa ranoita uyo rine mari. Avo vakaromba. Munosara. Tigosara. Vamwe vachitoita zvinhu zvavo zvichitofaya. Iwe uchingoramba uchingoti zvakaoma. Nyamba chiri kunetsa is getting the information. I always tell my children. Izvozvo zvokuramba vanhu vakati tsiki kudai so. I always tell my children. Kuti you know what? Panyika panapa. Munosara. Makangoti tsiki kudai. Makati tsiki kudai pamabhuku pachiwe. Makati tsiki. Let's live a balanced life. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's live a balanced life. Kungotaura na vanhu kurisearcha kuita sei. You may realize that the thing you were looking for is there padhuze newe. I went to Zimbabwe. I could not get land. But you know what? Kwatakazowana land. It was from our friend. Where we were staying, that friend was staying Kuseri, across the following road, Irimuseri. That's where the friend was staying. But I traveled all the way to Zimbabwe. I'm telling you. And then I came back, I could not find land. And the one who told us about this, where to get land, was a friend who was staying in the neighborhood across the road. Oh, life. Unogona kutsvaka chinhu chiri padhuze newe kudai nenyaya yekusataura. Imagine if we had not told this friend of ours about this journey of looking for land. But we told them. And they said, this one is now selling the land. That's how we got it. So some of the things, because now ndakutonya kutaura neshona. Ndiri kuda kuzama kuti zvimwe zvinhu tinonyanya kunetseka nenyaya yekusataura navanhu. Kusangogona kungotovhura meso ungotaura navanhu nyaya chaidzo. Kuvhura meso hatisi kureva kuti fungisa chaizvo kufunga, no. Kungotaura nyaya. Inini handidi kutaura zvakawanda, muziva nditaure imwe masecrets andisingadi kutaura. So let me keep quiet. I will end up sharing with you some of the secrets. But inini shamwari dzangu, my friends vande ndichitotamba navo ndiri kumusha, are those people vamunoti vanhu ava imi mune muchiti we don't want to play with them, they are not of our munoti chi grade, they are not of our level. Those are the people I play with. And they give you the information. Do you know that there are people vokuti that person is poor at that moment, but he has information that can help you, that can build you. Ini ndine vanhu vanototi vakandiona vanotanga kutondudza kuti mama, there is that land iri kutengeswa kwakati iri kwati. legit land, I'm telling you. And ukandona ndichitamba navanhu ivavo unoti vanhu ndo mafriends angu inini andotamba nawenyu. Vokuti vatondiona vanotanga kutongondipa information, so there is this and this, this and this, this and this. And mimi vamwe vacho muna muchiti isusu tiri vemhiri kwamakungwa. We don't play with those ones. But you know what? Sometimes the people vane information yakawanda ndichitokudza vanhu ivavo vatinenge pamwe pacho tichitarisira pasi. Iwo unovaziva pamwe unototarisira pasi. Vanhu ivavo pamwe pacho unoona kuti vane information. Pamwe pacho vamwe vatori mumaofisi havana information, vari too busy. Busy namabasa iwe yandoti busy kudai. Kuzoda kudai pamunozora kuvhura meso kusunura. Handisira kuti munhu wese ari too busy. No. I'm just giving you an example. Vokuti mumwe mwana ari too busy zvokuti paanozoda kusunura meso kudai zvatopera. Zvinenge. Hey, I'm talking a lot. Regai ndiende. Ndazitaura. And ndaguma ndotaura neshona. Yes, I'm very sorry. For those who do not understand Shona. All I was trying to say was we should not be occupied by our work too much. That is work. Yes, you may work. But sometimes there are opportunities that may pass by because you are too busy on your work. Let's just live a balanced life. We also make sure we strengthen our social relations. Because sometimes the things you want, your friend have those things. Your neighbor have those things. Oh, I will continue telling you about my journey. You shall hear more about this. And you are thinking, if I raise this money, that might be the one you have can buy land. But because you don't have information, you are working without even researching, without even talking to people, and then opportunities will miss you. I believe in togetherness. Together we can make it. We need to build relationships. I have spoken. So thank you so much. I have tried my best. So that's how we got our land, and we got it in Harare. Yes, I told you that we wanted land in Harare. That's how we got it. And I think I have tried I've tried. I don't know, I was giving you an example of how it is done, like in a country like Zimbabwe. I don't know in other countries, but you find that some of the things, maybe what differs is maybe the process, but scrutinizing, you know that we have to scrutinize. Come what, that is it. So I have tried my best. So yeah, we were so happy we got the land. Next time I will give you more about this. So thank you so much. See you next time. Those who have not yet subscribed, kindly do so. I want kange ndataurawo kudai soka itaiwo muchisubscribe kuitira kuti ndirambe ndichitaura, kuitira kuti even those secrets I don't want kuti ndibudise even about myself, ndogona kungofarisa ndikangotaura. Thank you so much. Chitwa chiri murutsoka. Goodbye.